And welcome back to the Ruby Tuesday. We are doing spoilers and ending explained, sort of, just kind of talking about the ending and my thought processes on the new Netflix series, Devil in Ohio. That was your warning to jump out if you haven't seen the series yet and you don't want spoilers. But for now, let's talk about the 8 episodes with the character May and Emily Duchanel as the Dr. Suzanne and the whole family and the dynamics and the ending. Let me know your thoughts down below. I would love to chat about this. Maybe you had a different insight of the cult members. I thought the cult themselves was a very interesting take on how they went from the Crow and a sort of satanistic cult to what they believed in, comparing to their crops. There's a lot of lore around that. Actually, when you go into it, there's a lot of films and TV series being made about people that sacrifice animals to the god crops to ensure that they have a good crop. That is kind of the story that we have here, and yet they take it one further, since way back, as you saw in the series, that kind of started this whole event and ended up with the sacrifice of a woman to appease the gods. Of course, normally the cult leaders are always men having multiple partners to ensure the blessing of, here it was Satan. And I thought that was creepy. I thought it was well done. I liked their costume design. It reminded me a little bit of the healers of old with those Crow masks. I thought that did well to invoke a scariness. I do like the kind of cult leader that we had in here. He's a great actor, but I would have liked more from him. I think that's one of the weakest link of the series so far, is that we didn't get to know more about the cult, because every time we saw more about them, they were creepy as heck, and I think that would have just added to the series. Now, the miscommunication of the husband and wife is what keeps the mystery of this series going a lot. If the people in this series, especially the family, just had a decent conversation with each other, like with the husband and his business going under and keeping that all to himself, feeling like it's all on him. That's not a great partnership, not a really good way to showcase things for marriage or partnership themselves. And the same goes for the wife. She has come from a broken family herself. She has scars to prove it, and so she's trying to save someone that needs saving, but at the same time leaving her family to the wayside. Seeing her daughter come up to her and go, "Hey mom, can you help me with my costume? Can you help listen to my number?" I thought, like, to listen to her, you can spare 30 seconds to listen to her. So it was frustrating to see the brokenness, but probably very real characteristics of characters that are out there and doctors that are obsessed with something, a character that's obsessed with something. But I think the showcase for me here would be Madeline Arthur. I think she's fantastic at doing a very ghosted character. Someone that has been tortured, someone that has been brought up in a cult and then exposed to what the world actually is like, and seeing her character change over the episode, try on different skins, human skins, and seeing what she is in the end is very interesting. I like the kind of dynamic between Carrie as well, the juxtaposition that we had of her wearing the costume, mimicking that as well with her so-called best friend, the manipulation she shows of the whole family. I do wonder if you caught that at the end she was gaslighting the mother. She basically won. If you saw the etching in the tree and the whole shrine that she was praying for, that she got to stay, her wish came true. And it was so well orchestrated, her manipulation. You do wonder how far the manipulation goes back. There's little bits of conversation that explains that she, even within the cult, she did what she wanted. Her character is one that controls people, manipulates people. Right from the outset, she has the family wrapped around her fingers, especially the mother. She wants a mother that's going to care and love her and that she can trust. That's the thing that we should all want. But the way she goes about that is how she's being taught. How she reacts, how she manipulates people is directly from her upbringing, her environment, and the evidence of that speaks for itself. But going to the ending where we see Suzanne and May at the table together, Suzanne has just had that phone call from the detective, and she now knows that there's been this manipulation, but she doesn't confront it. She stays there, meaning she is now being gaslit. She's lost her whole family, but the realization of who May actually is, considering how much she orchestrated the fact that her mother would be the sacrifice in order for her to get her wish. So the chain wasn't broken, it was upheld. The cult got up and moved, and then her wish, because she'd been etching it and preparing it soon as like day one, basically, she got into the family, she knew she wanted to stay here and get all the popularity. Everybody kind of going, you're the strongest, as she shows off her pentagram scar. And the more you start knowing about her, the more you realize she is just as broken and as evil as the ones that did it to her. Do we need a second season? Do you think they would explore where the cult have gone? Would they come back for her? And maybe the escape of the mother once again, who's kind of now a hostage, which is horrific if you think about her past. If you think about how it's come full circle, as an adult now, she is under the thumb of this crazy person, and she's gonna kind of protect her own family from this crazy person by keeping her happy and staying under the roof of this young woman. I don't think it needs a second season. I think just leaving it there is torment enough for us. It leaves quite a creepy ending. How would you run a second season? And again, do you think you need it? Did you catch the fact that she had her wish granted? That the mother, is now being gaslit? It's really dark. It's a dark storyline, and if it's based on truth, the book that's based on truth, on the true story that is this series now, I think that adds a deeper level and makes you think about the layers. Now, the acting and performances between the two I thought were phenomenal. Timo Pennicott plays Malachi, the father of the cult, and he does a good cult leader. The way he puts on his voice, and you will obey my authority. It feels like that behind his mask, and I think it was right for the tone that they were going for in those moments when we see the cult. But we never see May really interact with her father. I would have liked a little bit of that to kind of help us establish whether May was as broken from birth or whether it was absolutely just the environment. Because the others seem as mental and broken. Her brother didn't protect her, and later you see he's quite willing to kill. So you gotta wonder if it's just the environment of the cult, or if it's every person, is broken themselves in a dark way under this family. Yeah, it makes up for some interesting questions. Let me know if that's what you got from the ending, if you caught the repeat of the gaslight, how her life has come full circle in a horrific way, how May is now in control, and whether she's gonna get some other wishes. What else is she gonna do now that she knows she can get away with it? Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.